She included all the big ideas from this section. She included that the Burmese pythons are considered invasive species because they eat the animals and then they become extinct. She included all the big ideas in this section. You say you go, Samaya.
You go, Samaya.
If you need to add or finish your jot, take 10 seconds. 1, 0, Five, pencils down in 4, ready to read the last section in 3, 2, 1. All pencils down, ready to read in 0. Jazz pencils down, Eric sitting up nice and tall, and look up her eyes on me. Guys, let's just do a quick body check. It's the last half of our class. Scooch all the way and make sure your tummy's to table. Readers sit up nice and tall, following along with their finger in their eyes, Stefani 1. All right, last section, let's read it all together. The heading, get ready.
We are at war.
There's like things at war. Wait, like a war, like fighting?
No.
Ooh, let's read this. I'm already thinking just by reading the heading, what is this section going to teach me about? Burmese. I'm going to read this last section so we can finish up a little bit more quickly. Following along with your finger in your eyes, into 1. Burmese pythons breed?
Quickly.
Ooh, I need everyone to help me out while I read. You should be following along with your finger in your eyes like Kaylin. I'm going to start over. Burmese pythons breed?
Quickly.
A female can lay as many as?
100 eggs.
In one nest. The exact number of pythons in the Everglades is unknown. Trying to count them would be impossible. Their green and brown scales provide excellent camouflage. Camouflage, you say?
Camouflage.
The snakes blend right in with the marsh, so it is hard to find them. Who's trying to find them? Scientists, experts. Who else is trying to find them? People that live in Florida. We call them Floridians. We call them?
Floridians.
Yes, the snakes blend right in with the marsh, so it is hard to
Find them.
You got it. In 2012, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service banned the importing of Burmese pythons, but it might be too
Later.
The National Park and Service recently reported that about 100,000 pythons. How many pythons?
100,000 pythons.
Live in the Everglades. The python invasion is a crisis. That means it's a huge problem for the environment. The National Park Service has hired scientists to find and trap snakes. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission asked people to report python sightings at the website. In 2013, the FWC organized a Python Challenge Hunt. Remember when we watched that video yesterday about the hunt? Yeah. Another hunt will take place starting January 16th, 2016. So this is a few years ago, right? As one park ranger puts it, we are at
War.
So far, the battle looks a lot like that wrestling match between the alligator and the python. The struggle will go on and on for a long time. And right now, nobody can say for sure who will
Win.
What is the author mostly teaching us? Hands down, job. Amir's writing his job. Okay, but why? Eric is making sure to include all the big ideas in that section. Jazz had. James picked up his line in the box. What is the section teaching you about how they're at war? What's that for? Okay. Why? Okay. That's so you already pulled out 2 big ideas. Burmese pythons, humans, and people are at war because there's too many of them. Why else? Go back into the text. I want you to go back to this first paragraph and add that big idea. Revise your job. Make sure you're not missing any big parts of but you know I'll get to you when I plan on it. Yeah, good job in doing the big ideas. There's one. Done with your jot in about 3 seconds. job, go ahead and get started on central idea. Listen for my cue for pencil down in about 5 seconds. Who is that for? Right, because they like, what are you trying to say here? I think this is a little detail, you need to be writing the big idea, this is a little bit false. They lay eggs, what do we know about them? And yeah, there's too many of them, right? So that's one reason why they are what? Revise this.
Pencil's still down by doing underneath the section we are yes.
Pencils down in 3, 2, 1. Tracking the board in 0. Kaylin tracking the board. Alyssa sitting up nice and tall. Nyla has her eyes moved to the board. I want to read this job to you. This job has most of the big ideas. I want to see if someone can tell me what this thread is missing. So in that last section, the author is teaching us that Burmese pythons. What word is this, honey? Release. Release P, let's see. So Burmese pythons release pythons? What do you want to take away? The BP? Author teaches us that they release the pythons. There's too many pythons, and so what's us? Snakes and people are at war. So she is including